If I tell you M Division, you know what I'm talking about. If I tell you AMG, you know what I'm talking about. What's an RS? What does that mean? Here in Canada, like, we don't have like all those RS models that they have in Europe, so like we don't really know. I just want to preface that with a story. I want to share a story with you. I was talking to a coworker, Anthony, and we're talking about cars, and he's an Audi lover, and he was telling me, you know what, Chris, I don't give a shit about how our car handles. I want a comfortable car, you know, is incredibly luxurious, that looks amazing, all right, that has enough power, because the only time I'm ever going to use that power is when I'm going to do from at a stoplight 0 to 60 and merging on the highway, and the rest of the time I won't go canyon curving, I won't do any of that stuff. He goes, I love Audis. And I think if you pin that to the back of your brain during the course of this review, this car is going to make a lot of sense. Okay, while we look at shots from the interior, I just want to give you guys a few headline facts about this car. This car's fuel economy is 1510 liters per 100 kilometers, and it has 450 horsepower in the low 300s torque. It is not a torquey engine, it is a revvy engine. However, it sounds wonderful under 4,000 RPM. It lacks maybe a little bit of hair on fire above 4,000 RPM. The weight is this car's biggest enemy, giving it a 0 to 60 at about 4.5. It's not quite up to par with the BMW and Mercedes options. In fact, I test drove the 435. It felt not almost as fast, but nearly as fast. Noise, vibration, harshness, though, are inexistent, and there is a tasteful interior design that its competitors simply cannot beat. This car in Canada sells for about $85,000 plus tax, and a lot of things come standard. However, despite that, it feels maybe overpriced by $5,000. Despite all this, the car is incredible. Let's listen to this on the road. I want to talk a bit about the suspension on this car. I feel the suspension settings on this car are perfect. Perfect. It's got the right blend of sportiness and comfort, and despite this car, I think it weighs like something like 4,000 pounds, it doesn't feel like a 4,000 pound car. It feels like a 3,700 pound car, if I can say that. It really has like, I think the big tires and everything make it pretty compelling. God, you're gonna do that all day long. This car is at the right height off the road, I'd say. It's not on the ground, but it's not too high up. It's just, you're at the perfect height, and the handling is very good, better than I thought it would be. The transmission, I have it in normal mode, but even in dynamic mode, when you kick down, like I floored it at one point. It went down to 4,000 RPM, and it didn't go lower than that. It lacks that BMW right away, right now, let's go as fast as we can. Well, wait a minute, let's do this. Shifts pretty fast though. The speed of the shifts are very fast. See what I mean? I kicked down, it went down to 4,000 RPM. It can't do that, and it's got to shift a little bit. Boy, this car picks up speed fast. And the carbon ceramics bring us down.
Tu vois que la traction est ici.
Oh, tu le vois, hein? C'est pas une BM, ça. No, we're not gonna pass it. Ross was saying, like, this feels like a German Mustang, and that's exactly what it feels like. It's just a perfect blend between sportiness and not beating you up. I have to say that I am pleasantly surprised by my driving experience. I mean, here we are hitting bumps, and we're not getting beaten up, and that's important. I want to talk a little bit about the exterior design, about the A5. I think the A5 line is the sexiest of the whole Audi lineup, and this car came out in 2008, and it hasn't changed that much since. This car still looks relevant, despite not having been redone. I mean, it really is a little Aston Martin from the outside, and if you look at its competitors in 2008, they all look ancient today, and this car doesn't. So that is a testament to the Audi design. The sound system in this car is very good. The Bang & Olufsen is great, and like I keep saying it, like the quality of the sound system really makes a difference in the driving experience. You're always going to listen to the radio, so that is awesome. So I'm going to give a shout out to Park Avenue Audi in Brossard, because they lent Ross this car, and that's what made this video possible. I don't usually give free publicities like that for people who provide the cars, but this is a very high level car, and they're taking a chance on this is not Motor Trend, so thank you for that. The limits on this car are evidently very high, and but they're accessible. The predictable handling and the all-wheel drive allows you to really benefit from this thing 100% without risking killing yourself. And that too is something like when you're buying a 200 horsepower car like the FRS, you don't mind if it's a little squeamish at the limits, but when you have a 450 horsepower car and you're not a race car driver, I think in the real world you want to feel a little bit safe. And I just got done driving this car pretty hard, and it feels pretty good. It feels pretty good.